All right, let's see right here. 1 2 1 2 1 2. The following is a special sports presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com. UltimateSportsTalk.com now presents Mount St. Joseph University basketball. This game is being brought to you by the Mount St. Joseph University, Audacity, the Dayton Children's Hospital, the Roar Store, and UltimateSportsTalk.com. And now it's time for Mount St. Joseph University basketball. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Good to have you along tonight on UltimateSportsTalk.com as we have got men's college basketball for you here this evening as the Mount St. Joseph Lions will be entertaining the Transylvania Pioneers. This one should be a good one here tonight. The Lions were hammered by 18 down in Lexington back on the 11th of January, and they are coming into tonight's game minus their big guy in the middle, Luke Collinsworth, their leading scorer and their second leading rebounder. Collinsworth is out with the flu, and he will not be available for tonight's action. Matter of fact, he is not even on the bench here this evening. So that means the Lions will be lining up in the middle here tonight. Nate Kratzer, and Kratzer is going to have the responsibility of handling the big men down low for the Pioneers heading into tonight's ball game. Kratzer on the year, he's done well as a backup and in spot duty as a starter. He's averaging 5.5 points a game and 3.8 rebounds a contest. But tonight, he's going to get a majority of the minutes here this evening in the middle. He's only averaging 16.5 minutes a game tonight. He's going to be expected to probably shoulder the load in anywhere from 30 to 33 minutes of tonight's ball game. The Lions are coming into this one with a record of 7-14 in the conference. They are 6-8, and here at home they are 6-2 at the Harrington Center. Now, on the other hand, for Transylvania, well, they came in with a record of 12-9. They are now 9-4 in conference play under their head coach, Brian Lane. And on the road, they are 3-6, and on a neutral court, they are 0-2 this season. Well, the Pioneers, we'll talk about them coming up in just a little bit, but just to give you an idea of how hot they've been over the past few games, in the 8 games that they have played since the Lions game back on January 11th, the Pioneers have gone 6-2. Brian Lane has really turned the fortunes around on this Pioneer team, and they have been led by Jalen Green. For the Lions, though, when you look at what they have done, they have really, it's going to take a major miracle for them to make the playoffs, the postseason tournament here in the Heartland Conference. Right now, they are 6-8. We'll go over the standings here in just a little bit, but they are 2 games out of the final spot with only 4 games remaining. So it's going to be a major miracle for the Lions to make the tournament. And when you look at the rest of their schedule, not only do they have tonight to play, but then they'll be back here at home to take on Earlham on Saturday. Then next Tuesday night, Valentine's Day, they will be here at home to take on Franklin. And then they'll be on the road in the final game of the year at Hanover in that one. So that one could be for the opportunity to go to the tournament, but realistically, the Lions would be playing for that 6th and final spot in the Heartland Conference, much like they did last year and went to Hanover in the first tournament game and almost upset the Patriots in that one. But tonight, it's going to be a different story. They've got to win here tonight. Realistically, the Lions cannot lose any more ball games, and they're coming in off of a loss on Saturday against Manchester. 69-50, a team that they had beaten here at the Harrington Center earlier on the season, and they went up to Northeast Indiana and lost in that ball game by 19 on Saturday. There's a big girls game going on also down in Transylvania, where the Lion women are taking on the number 2 ranked Pioneers. That's going on in Lexington. John Calipari of the Kentucky Wildcats had some things to say about that team. We're going to bring them up to you here in just a little bit. But nonetheless, that game will be going on. We're going to keep a very, very close eye tonight on that one. We told you about Collinsworth being out in tonight's ball game, but you say goodbye to one, you say hello to another. When a door opens, another door, when a door closes, I should say, another door opens. And for the Lions, Kelvin Turner will be back in the lineup tonight. He has been out with a sprained thumb for a long time, the last 5 ball games. Turner averaging 10.7 points a ball game. He's the second leading scorer on this Lions team, and he will be back in action tonight for the Lions. And without Collinsworth, Mount St. Joseph definitely is going to need the scoring of that freshman here tonight. We're about 20 minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's game. When we come back, we'll take a look at what happened in the first game back on the 11th of January and preview the Transylvania Pioneers. Will do all that when we come back after this.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Well, the women's game down in Transylvania got underway at 7 o'clock here tonight, and already Transylvania has got a 7-0 lead over the Lions. Remember, the Lions played them very tough a month ago here at the Harrington Center. Gave Transylvania probably the biggest scare that they've had all year, and the number 2 ranked team in the country has come out loaded for bear, and they are up 7-0 on the Mount St. Joseph Lions, prompting Macy Elston to take her first time out. These 2 teams played down in Transylvania, and the Lions, well, they fell by 18, 70-52. We were down by 22 at the half, folks. It was 39-17, and it was just a debacle then on out. The Lions did try to get back into the ball game. They outscored Transy by 4 in the second half, 35-31, but that was mainly because the bench players came in and really provided a spark on the floor for Toby Kerrigan in the last 6 minutes of that ball game. But the Lions ended up losing it by that final 18-point margin, 70-52. Leading the way for Transylvania was their leading scorer on the year, and that was Jalen Green. He had 17. Colby Napier had 18 in the ball game, and Dakota Capps had 12 in the contest. Capps, if you remember, he is quite a point guard for Brian Lane's team. And when I mean quite a point guard, I mean an absolute stellar point guard. But he does like to show off a little bit. So if you can get him thinking about his game instead of playing his game, you can throw him off his game. And that is what the Lions will be destined to try to do here this evening. The Lions in the ball game down in Transy, they shot just 36% from the field. And coming into this ball game tonight, the Lions are shooting 44% from the field. So right there was an 8 percentage point differential in what the Lions usually do compared to what they did against Transy. And defensively, Transy did just anything that they wanted to do offensively, shooting 53% from the field in that ball game. The Lions they need a win here tonight. Transylvania needs a win here. And coming up in our next segment, we'll be bringing you the stats and the standings of what is going on in the Heartland Conference this week. But that's the way it looks right now according to what happened in the first game. This is going to be the 29th meeting between these two ball clubs throughout the years. Transy all-time has won 18. The Lions have won 10. And as we told you, Transylvania has gone 6-2 over their last 8 ball games. They are 12-9 coming into this one and 9-4 in the Heartland, and they are 3-6 on the road. But they are coming in off a win over Defiance on Saturday by 12, 88-76, while the Lions are coming in off of a loss at Manchester on Saturday, 69-50. For Transy, here's what they end up with in the regular season. After tonight, on Saturday, they play at Anderson. Anderson in first place in the conference. On Valentine's Day, next Tuesday night, they will be at home for Hanover. And then on the final Friday evening of the regular season, they will be playing at Earlham. So 2 of their last 3 ball games are going to be on the road. And the Lions, if they've got any shot, let me tell you, if they've got any shot at making the tournament, they've got to win here tonight. They absolutely have to win here this evening, and that is what they are going to try to accomplish without their big man and leading scorer in Luke Collinsworth. Brian Lane in his 22nd year as head coach of the Pioneers, 349 wins. He's going for number 350 tonight, 223 losses, and in the Heartland Conference over the years, he's got 228 wins and 128 defeats. Toby Kerrigan, on the other hand, in his 11th year, he's coached 50% of the games that Brian Lane has while he's at Transy. Kerrigan, 139 wins, 151 losses in his career here at the Mount. And in the Heartland, he has 103 wins and 98 defeats. And in the girls' game, well, right now it's Transy 12, Mount 2, with 4:35 remaining to go in the first quarter of action. Here, we're about 15 minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's ballgame. I'm Dave Mitchell on UltimateSportsTalk.com and YouTube. And when we come back, we will hear what John Calipari had to say about the Transylvania women's basketball team. We'll do that after this.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
When I needed to renew my teaching license, Mount St. Joseph University offered the only program in Ohio that allowed me to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree fully online. The Mount helped me climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Well, going on down in Lexington, Transylvania right now has jumped out 12-2 over the Mount St. Joseph Lions. Wright and Stacy, along with, well, excuse me, let me rephrase this. Kellyone has got 5 points for Transylvania to lead the way. Ball has 3. Thornton and Stacy each have 2. And now the Lions are down 12-5. Jenkins has got 3 on a 3-pointer, and Elliott has 2 in the ball game. So the Lions are right now down. Now the score has increased to 15-5. Transy over the Mount St. Joseph Lions. And John Calipari, the head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats, as most college coaches do, not only in basketball but also in football, have their own coaches show. Matter of fact, we're talking about putting together a coaches show next year for football with Tyler Hopperton of the Lions. But nonetheless, all the colleges do it. Calipari has his own television show on the Kentucky Sports Network. And on Monday night, he had some very interesting things to say about the number 2 team in the country in women's Division III basketball, Transylvania.
I'm walking in the building to come to this show, and I see a women's team walking in, and they're having a meal downstairs. And I find out it's Transylvania's undefeated team that has 4 games left, undefeated. I had to go down and congratulate them that, they're playing that well and doing great stuff, and congrats to Transy.
They are number 2 in the country, and they have one of the remaining games is a home game against Mount St. Joe's Wednesday night at the Beck Center at 7 o'clock.
Go see them. Cheer them on. But that's
cool.
That's a great story, isn't it?
It is. So congratulations. Julie Folks is the head coach. So
They were all downstairs. I just said, geesh. I said, we're just trying to keep our little thing rolling here. You guys are beating everybody's brains.
Our thanks to Chris Morris, the husband of Dee Dee Morris, one of the assistant coaches for Mount St. Joseph girls softball, for pointing this out to us here, and Chuck Murray about what Calipari had to say about Transylvania. Well, here's what happened on Saturday in the Heartland Conference in women's basketball. It was Mount St. Joseph over Manchester, 69-54. Also in women's basketball, Anderson edged Franklin 80-75. It was Defiance losing big to Transy, 76-33, and Hanover by 30 over Earlham, 77-47. On Monday night, Defiance played one of those makeup games because Rose Holman is out of the conference this year. Albion defeated Defiance, the women's team, by a final of 70-57. So after all of that happened, we'll get to the standings here in just a second. I want to tell you what's going to happen tonight. Anderson is going to be at Defiance. Hanover at Franklin. Bluffton goes to Earlham. And those are the games that are scheduled for tonight, along with Mount St. Joseph at Transylvania. So when you take a look at the women's standings heading into this evening and what's going on, Transy on top of everything by 2 games. They are 14-0, 21-0 overall. They lead the conference by 2 games over Hanover at 12-2. But right behind Hanover is Anderson at 11-4, and right behind Anderson is the Mount at 10-4. So what that means is, by the way, Mount has the tiebreaker on Anderson. They have beaten them twice this year. If they go into that game next Friday night within a game of Hanover, guess what, folks? That's going to be for the number 2 spot in the conference and a bye in the first round of the tournament for the women. So that is going to be a huge game next Friday night if the Lions can win out heading into that one. And that's going to be a big if. And right now, to Transy, they are down 15, make it 26-10 with a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. So after the Mount, then comes Bluffton at 7-7, Franklin at 7-8, and Manchester 6-9. Defiance is at 4-11, Earlham 3-11, and Rose is out of the conference this year. Now for the men's basketball and what happened on Saturday around the Heartland Conference in men's basketball. A lot happened, and most of it was not good for the Mount. On Saturday, it was Hanover defeating Earlham 76-70. Rose beat up on Bluffton 81-55. Anderson over Franklin 77-58. The Mount fell to Manchester 69-50, and Defiance lost to Transy, as we told you, 88-76. So tonight, here's the games. Everything starts at 7:30. Defiance is at Anderson. Hanover hosts Franklin. Rose will be at Manchester. Earlham at Bluffton, and of course Transy right here taking on Mount St. Joseph. So in the men's standings, heading into tonight's action, Anderson and Manchester are tied for the top spot. Manchester's won 7 in a row, and Anderson has won 2 of their last 3. Hanover in third place at 10-4. Rose is 9-5. Transylvania 9-5. Franklin is at 8-6, and then comes the Mount at 6-8. So right now, Anderson and Manchester would have a bye. Hanover, Rose, Transy, and Franklin would make the tournament. But that game next Wednesday night that the Lions play against Franklin is going to be oh so important to their hopes of getting in, as is tonight against Transy, because the Lions are 6-8. Then comes Earlham, Bluffton, and Defiance, and none of those 3 have a shot at making the tournament. And out of the last 3 ball games, as we told you, the Lions have got 2 of 3 here at home, where they have been 6-2 on the year. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Toby Kerrigan, and a little different interview tonight with the head coach after this timeout.
At Mount St. Joseph University, our mission is to provide students with an affordable, world-class education in a safe, comfortable, private school setting. Nearly 100% of our incoming undergraduate students receive scholarships, grants, or financial aid. And with small class sizes and a 98% undergraduate career placement rate, the Mount leads the way in educational value and student success. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Well, talking about an opportunity here tonight, the Lions are going to be playing Nate Kratzer in the middle, and he's going to get an opportunity to really come through and shine for the Lions down low in this one, as is Kelvin Turner, who's going to be back in the lineup this evening. That is a big addition to the Lions, who are going to be without Luke Collinsworth in tonight's ball game. The Lions, as we told you, 29th meeting, they come in shooting 44% from the field, 33% from three-point range, 75% from the line, and they're grabbing 34 rebounds per ball game. For Transylvania, they're shooting 46% from the field, 35% from three, 64% from the line, and they're grabbing 37.1 rebounds per ball game. Well, last night, in case you missed it, LeBron James broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record in the NBA. Quite an accomplishment for the 38-year-old from Akron, Ohio. And I decided to change up the interview just a little bit with Toby Kerrigan and talk about who he rooted for when he was growing up in the NBA. And we're just minutes before tonight's ball game with Transylvania. Alongside with us now on the pregame show is head coach Toby Kerrigan. Toby, as I told you, I want to change this up just a little bit tonight. One of the things, I watched LeBron James break Jabbar's record last night. I'm one of the guys that's old enough that I saw Jabbar break the record, and now I watched LeBron break the record last night. But growing up when you were watching the NBA, talk about a couple of the favorite players that you had in the league.
Well, me too. I'm old enough because I was a Larry Bird fan. I mean, I'm from Indiana.
Yep.
And so that was the guy growing up, and of course seeing the Celtics and the Lakers play each other with Magic and Kareem and Worthy and all those guys. So I was always a big Larry Bird fan, and then I think probably a lot like people are with LeBron a little bit. I kind of took Michael Jordan for granted for a while, but then obviously he's one of those guys that you wanted to watch when he was on TV, man. Like, you watched the game. Mm-hmm. And of course there wasn't a lot of cable, so it was on NBC, right? One station, and watched the Saturday afternoon games. So, Bird early on, and then Jordan obviously was a guy you had to watch, and you wished you would have watched him more once he was done, because there just wasn't anybody like him.
Just your opinion, but Jabbar's hook shot, man, you could not stop that thing, could you?
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
And if you can replicate that, man, you got some. You're gonna make some money doing it somewhere.
What was it, Toby, that hit you when you knew when you got out of college you wanted to be a coach? What was the time where you said, "Hey, this is what I want to do"?
Well, I think I always wanted to teach and coach. My dad was a coach, and my high school coaches were together for a long time, and they were at Rising Sun for over 20 years together, varsity and JV together. And my dad coached with them, and then my dad became the varsity coach after he retired. So I knew I wanted to go back, and I did. I coached with him for a year when I got out of Hanover, and I didn't have any plans to go to college, but my college coach called me and asked me if I'd be interested in helping and being on staff, and I was like, well, geez, I never thought about it, but so I did. I mean, it was hard because I didn't want to leave my dad. I was his JV coach, but I didn't have a full-time teaching position yet. They didn't have a position for me, so it was a tough decision. And when I think back, I mean, my dad's gone now, but I always think about, like, I wish I knew more. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could have helped him more. I didn't know anything. You know, when you're a player, you think you know a lot, but like it's not the same as coaching.
Yeah.
And I was only 1 year out, and there's just so much stuff you don't know. And so when I look back, I was like, man, I wish I could have helped my dad a little bit more with some basketball stuff. But it was a great experience. Obviously getting to coach with him for a year, and then once I got into college, I enjoy it. So
One final question about that part of it. What's more challenging overall, coaching college or coaching high school?
People's asked me that before. The coaching is the same. I mean, it's basketball, right? So, like, the practices, the preparation, the scouts, and all that stuff, like, that's not there. The biggest difference, obviously, in high school is you're in the classroom for, the entire day. You don't get to sit and watch film and prepare for the games. Like, you're teaching class. And you wish you were able to watch some film during the day, but you just can't do it. So that's the biggest difference, the time constraint that you don't have for the preparation side of it. But the basketball side of it, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 3 years that I was in high school, one with my dad and two at South Dearborn. So, and again, I had a chance to come back to college here and jumped at it.
Thanks for letting me do that. Now let's get into Transylvania. It seems like they have really started going well since they beat us down at their place about 3 weeks ago. Is that the case?
Yeah, they're really scoring the ball right now. I mean, it's, and then of course they're really good at home. I mean, they beat Franklin by 30 at home like that, and Franklin's good, and they can score it, but they could not keep up with Transy. So they just have weapons everywhere. Multiple guys that can shoot it, multiple guys that can get to the rim, big guys that can score inside, and they've got a big that has 68 offensive rebounds, which is outrageous. I mean, that's a huge number.
Yeah.
And they just go all the time. So, and they mix up the defense. They make it hard on you. They play zone. They press a little bit. They play man. So they try to keep you on your heels the entire time offensively. And then what they can do offensively is just they just get it. I mean, they just get after it. So it'll be a challenge for us today.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Transylvania, they come in with a record of 12-9 overall, 9-4 in the Heartland, and the Lions are 7-14, 6-8 in Heartland Conference play, and they need every victory they can get out of these last 4 ball games. I'm Dave Mitchell. Basketball action coming up next from the Heartland Conference here at the Harrington Center after this timeout.
Hello. Yes. Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, he's gone. Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
Not available? Hello, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's been rented.
Hello, I am Chen Ling. My name is Khalid bin Ali. I'm Tuan Vo. Hello, my name is Moshe Goldberg. I use a wheelchair. It's gone. Not available. All right. Thank you. Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim because of your race, color, national origin, sex, religion, disability, or family status, call us. Fair housing. It's not an option. It's the law.
At Mount St. Joseph University, our mission is to provide students with an affordable, world-class education in a safe, comfortable, private school setting. Nearly 100% of our incoming undergraduate students receive scholarships, grants, or financial aid. And with small class sizes and a 98% undergraduate career placement rate, the Mount leads the way in educational value and student success. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
It is basketball time here at the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm Dave Mitchell. Good to have you along tonight here on UltimateSportsTalk.com and YouTube. And now let's check out the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Transylvania Pioneers, coming in with a record of 12 wins, 9 losses. They are 9-4 in the Heartland Conference, 3-6 on the road. They will start at the forwards, number 20, Colby Napier. Napier, a 6'4 sophomore, averaging 13 a game. Simon Smith will be at the other forward, number 21. He's a 6'3 junior, averaging 10 a game. Hunter Penn is the man in the middle, a 6'5 sophomore, averaging just under 9 a game. He's number 35. Jalen Green is at one guard here this evening. He is number 4, a 6'1 junior, averaging 15 a game. And Dakota Capps is the point guard for Transylvania. Capps, a 6'2 freshman, averaging 6 a game. He is number 11. So it's Napier and Smith, Penn, Green, and Capps for Brian Lane in his 22nd year, 349 wins, 223 losses. He is assisted by Mike Stone and John Hamilton. Now for the Mount St. Joseph Lions without Luke Collinsworth. They will go at the forwards tonight. Dane Gardner, number 0, a 6'4 sophomore, averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds. Jack Kolar will be at the other forward, number 21. Kolar, a 6'2 senior, averaging 8.1 points per ball game. In the middle, Nate Kratzer. Kratzer, a 6'5 freshman, averaging 5.4 a game. He's number 42. And in the backcourt will be Evan Weehee, number 30, a 6'2 sophomore, averaging 5.5. And at the other guard will be Willard Cluxton, number 3, a 5'9 junior, averaging 2.4 a game. So it's Gardner, Kolar, Weehee, Cluxton, and Kratzer for Toby Kerrigan in his 11th year, 139 wins, 151 losses. Kratzer in the center circle with Smith, and the ball is thrown up, and the side official is not ready to go, so disdain the first toss-up. Got his whistle caught inside his shirt. That doesn't work. You're going to try to blow it. And the tip is controlled by Transy into the backcourt, and we're underway here in Cincinnati. With the basketball, Transy, Lions in the man-to-man defense. With the ball is Penn, and Penn goes down to the left block, put up the shot, no good. Rebound taken out front by Cluxton. Cluxton will lead the break up the floor, gets it off to Gardner on the left-hand side, now to Kolar. Kolar with the basketball, gets it on the right-hand side to Cluxton, underneath the Gardner, right block. Backing in against Penn in the man-to-man, into the lane. Spins to the baseline, right-hand shot on the rim and in. Gardner getting more and more at ease with the right hand on that move down low, and the Lions have got the first lead of the ball game at 2-0. With it is Smith, top of the key, goes over on the left sideline to Capps, down to the left block, put it up from 5 on the turnaround shot, got it, and he ties the ball game at 2. Now Transy with the 2-2-1 full court pressure, but the Lions will break it. Gardner gets a bounce pass to Kratzer, back out front, left of the circle to Weehee. He'll dribble down to the left of the lane. Now back out front to Gardner, top of the key to Nate Kratzer. Hands it off to Cluxton. Cluxton all alone, doesn't take the shot, goes left sideline to Kolar, and now back outside to Cluxton. Left sideline to Kolar. Kolar looks, gets a pass underneath on a nice feed from Cluxton down to Kratzer, laid it up and in. Boy, that just opened up right away. Kratzer wide open, and the Lions have retaken the lead at 4-2, 18:24 remaining. With it on the right-hand side is Green. Green back over on the left side to Capps. Capps looks top of the key, and he goes to Colby Napier, his first touch here tonight. Gets it back off to Green. Green drives the lane, turnaround 5-footer in the lane, got it. Green with his first 2, and we're tied again, this time at 4, and the full court pressure put back on by Transy. Lions break it to Gardner, top of the key to the free throw line, left of the circle to Weehee for the long 3, won't go, and the rebound taken down by Capps. Capps will get it up the floor on the run, leading the break, stops at the free throw line, dropped the ball, but got it back, dumps it off underneath the Penn left block. Penn backing it against Kratzer into the lane, right-hand hook shot on the back iron, and it fell in. Penn with his first 2 of the ball game, and that gives Transy their first lead of the night at 6-4. Gardner comes the other way, left baseline to Kolar for the long 3, drilled it. Jack with the 3, and the Lions have regained the lead at 7-6. Already, this has got a different feel than what happened down in Transylvania on the 11th of January. By this time, Transy had a 15-point lead. With it, top of the circle, Smith. Smith gets it off to Napier, looked for Smith, but he fell down. Gets it over on the right side to Green. Green's going to drive in against Kolar, step back, now gets it off to Napier for the long 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Kolar. Jack gets it off to Cluxton, now back to Kolar, left sideline, and he hands it back off to Cluxton. Cluxton gets it back to Kolar, now between the circles to Gardner, bounce past Kratzer. Kratzer looking down low to Gardner. He's going to shoot the right of the circle three. Nope, off the front iron. And for the second time tonight, Caps grabs the rebound from right to left. He'll drive right of the lane, runs over Cluxton. Offensive foul called on Caps as Cluxton shuffled the feet, got in good defensive position, and picked up the charge. That'll be the first against Caps and the first against Transy. Claxton gets the ball inbounds, and it gets knocked away from him by Green. It'll stay with the Lions, but they'll put it in right in front of their own bench on the near side. They inbounded to Cluxton, over to Weehee, back to Cluxton on the near side. Cluxton to the center circle in the backcourt, now gets it into the front court to Kolar. Couple of dribbles back to Willard between the circles with the right-hand dribble, now backs it out to the Lions side at midcourt. Off to Weehee. Weehee top of the circle. Left wing it goes to Cluxton. To the free throw line Gardner. Left wing Kolar for three again. Got it again. Kolar's got 6. Lions lead it 10-6. Down in Lexington, Mount St. Joseph never saw the upside of the scoreboard. Now they're up by 4. With it is Caps, right of the circle. Dumps it to Penn down low against Kratzer. Turnaround shot in the lane with the left hand. No good. Rebound Gardner. Gardner took it off the glass, off to Cluxton. He'll bring it from left to right as we're under 15 and a half minutes to go in this first half. With it is Kolar. Kolar dribbles right of the circle, now top of the key Kratzer. Kratzer, bounce pass through it right by Gardner and out of bounds with 15:27 to go in the first half. Our first official timeout of the ball game. Your score, it's the Lions 10 and the Panthers 6 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
What is power? It's loyalty to the game. Power inspires. Power unifies. Power never quits. Power makes the impossible possible in rising to the top. We are the Americans, and we are power.
At Mount St. Joseph, we're on a mission to make sure every single student succeeds in their career. In fact, 98% of our undergraduates are working in their field within 6 months of graduation. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
In the women's game at Transylvania, with 1:05 to go in the half, Transy has opened up a huge 43-19 lead over the Mount. Kelvin Turner's going to check back into the ball game for the first time here tonight. Reminder, he has missed the last 5 games with a sprained thumb. He is back and ready to go this evening. He is the Lions' second leading scorer on the year. Also into the ball game now for Transy. Check and see who they have brought in. Alex Madsen into the ball game, averaging 3 a game. And Matt Teague. Teague averaging 9 points a ball game. Teague had 8 points in the contest down at Transy. Teague in the backcourt, gets it into the front court to Madsen. Madsen inside the center circle with the basketball. Dribbles on the right side of the forecourt. Lions in a man-to-man now. Almost looked like a zone, but they got a matchup man-to-man with it. Top of the circle. Goes off to Teague. Teague drives inside. Kicks it back out front to Napier. Napier, long three as the shot clock evaporates. No good. And Nate Kratzer pulled down his first rebound of the night. Kratzer on the left side to Kolar in the front court. Left sideline, now back out front to Turner. He's got the basketball for the first time. Top of the key Gardner on the left wing. It goes to Kolar. Kolar's going to dribble to the left elbow. Back to Kratzer. Pulls up from 17. Left side. Nope. Line drive shot that just barely drew iron. Gets it off on the rebound. Transy up the floor. Green, long three. Right wing. Got it. Green's got 5 in the ball game. Against the Lions in that first matchup, he had 2. And it's 10-9. Lions by a point. Gardner got the ball knocked free. Chased down on the sideline by Madsen. And he saved it in as he was falling out of bounds. Got it right into the hands of Napier. Back to Madsen. Right sideline Green to the top of the key with the left-hand dribble. Stops in the lane. Back outside. And it goes to Madsen. Put it up no good. And the rebound, that was Teague. And the rebound was taken down by Kolar. Kolar with it, sideline left. Kolar outside the arc, threw it right by Turner and out of bounds. first turnover of the ball game committed by the Lions here tonight. And now coming into the ball game for the Lions will be Alex Totten. Totten checks in. Kolar will leave with those 6 points. So it's Kratzer. Menager's into the ball game also. Matt Menager into the contest. Turner, Kratzer, and Cluxton. Into the front court, Madsen goes on sideline left to Colby Napier. Napier back outside Madsen. Back to Napier, left wing. He's going to drive in against Totten. Pulls up from the left block, put up the 12-footer, no good. Rebound, Kratzer, knocked it out of bounds, but it'll go back to the Lions as the official nearest to it said that it was not Kratzer who knocked it out of bounds. My eyes deceived me. 10-9 Lions with a 1-point lead. 13:32 remaining in this first half. Turner going to run the point as he's going to break the press all by himself. Brings it up across the timeline with a spinning move and gets it back out front to Willard Cluxton. Off to Totten, sideline left to Kelvin Turner. Turner, left wing for the three. Nope, off the side iron, and the rebound taken down on the play by Luke Schroeder, who's into the ball game now for Transy. Madsen with it, hands it off, top of the circle to Teague, back over to Schroeder. Long two-pointer, left wing, missed everything. Didn't even graze the net, and the rebound pulled out of the air by Totten. Lions lead it by 1 at 10-9. 12:50 remaining to go in this first half of action. Cluxton around a pick by Kratzer on the right wing to Totten for three. Nope. And the rebound taken down on a nice box out by Teague. Teague will lead the break up the floor to the top of the key. Left wing it goes to Napier. Back over to Teague. He's going to dribble left baseline, but shut off by Menager. Cross court into the right corner. Two. Madsen. Madsen right of the lane. Put it up with the right hand from 12. Got it. Madsen with his first two. And the Pioneers have regained the lead. Now by a point at 11-10. Cluxton throws it into the middle of the press and taken away by Teague. Teague's going to drive the lane, put up a 5-foot floater in the lane, got it. Teague with his first two. And the Lions are down by 3 now with 12 minutes to go in the first half, 13-10. Turner now back to Cluxton. Cluxton near the center circle, right wing Turner. Turner around a pick by Kratzer to the top of the key. Gets a pass over on the left-hand side to Cluxton. Left baseline Totten for three. Got it. Boy, that thing drew the rain that's been hitting us from the outside. Totten with his first three. And the Lions have tied it up at 13. In the front court, Madsen had to wait for his point guard Caps as he lost his shoe, but now he gets across the timeline and gets it on the right wing. Bounce pass underneath to Schroeder. Schroeder against Kratzer, put it up, and a walking violation will be called against Schroeder, and that'll take us to the official timeout. 11:20 to go in your first half here from the Harrington Center. It's now the Mount 13 and the Pioneers 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students. Like when you need a textbook, students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options. Free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub located in the Roar Store or delivered to your off-campus residence. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? That's why you're going to college in the first place. At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can go further than you ever thought possible. In fact, over 96% of our graduates over the past 3 years were employed or pursuing graduate studies within 6 months of graduation. Are you ready to climb higher? Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
11:20 left to go in the first half. We're knotted up at 13. They're at halftime down in Lexington. And the Pioneers have a 22-point lead over the Lions, 43-21 in women's basketball. Transy, the number 2 team in the country. At halftime, Blake Watson, Sports Information Director here at the Mount, will join us. We're going to talk about the games that we plan on doing in Florida coming up in the second week in March. And Turner got tripped up and fouled as he was trying to break the pressure, and that's going to be a foul called on Green. His first. And that'll be the second called against Transy. Gardner will put it in play. He's back in. Inbounds the ball to Manager. Sideline left. Dribbles down into the corner. Underneath the Gardner. All alone. Laid it up and in. Gardner just beat the defense for Transy up the floor. Got the layup. He's got 4. Lions by 2 at 15-13. On the right side, Green to the top of the key. Back over to Schroeder. On the left-hand side, it goes to Caps. Caps with the right-hand dribble, left of the circle. Now picks up the dribble, goes over to Teague. Now back outside Madsen, off to Schroeder. Schroeder, 8 on the shot clock. Back to Green. He's going to drive in against Gardner. Throws up a floater, no good. Schroeder got the rebound in the lane. Right-hand hook shot up and in. Boy, good play by Schroeder, not only to get the offensive rebound, but to have the presence of mind of knowing where the shot clock was. And we're knotted up at 15. With it into the left corner, Totten, top of the key, Turner, long top of the key, 3, drilled it. Welcome back, Kelvin Turner. And the Lions have taken the lead again at 18-15. We're almost halfway through the first half of action. Madsen gets it off to Schroeder. Now to Teague between the circles, guarded by Manager and the man-to-man. Left wing Caps underneath to Schroeder. Kicks it into the left corner to Madsen. Long 3, no off the back iron. Rebound, Madsen got his own rebound. Top of the key to Green. Back over to Caps, left of the circle, guarded by Turner. Now Caps is going to back it out, reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Caps, crossover dribble, right of the lane, stops right side, gets it back off to Green. Green kicks it on the left-hand side to Madsen. Madsen throws up a left-hand wild shot, missed everything, and a shot clock violation will give it back to the Lions. That's the 3rd turnover of the night on the Transy Pioneers. 9:36 remaining in this first half. Lions lead it by 3, 18-15. Their largest lead was 4. Turner, top of the circle, around a pick on the right-hand side. Turner, right of the lane, now gets it inside. Now he's going to dump up a 3-pointer right side. No good. Manager got the rebound. Manager dribbles out of the key. Back out front to Gardner. Gardner with it on the right side. Now top of the key. Goes left wing to Manager. Bounce pass underneath to Gardner. Back out front Manager. Now top of the key. Totten for 3. Got it! Totten's got 2 threes in the ball game, and the Lions lead it by 6, 21-15. Caps will bring it across. Caps just barely beat the 10-second count. Caps left of the lane, dumps a pass underneath to Schroeder, lost the handle, he stepped out of bounds, back to the Lions. Now checking in, Penn will be back into the ball game. Dan Mullins makes his first appearance for the Transy Pioneers, and also back in Simon Smith. Mullins had 4 in the first game, comes in averaging 7 a contest. 8:42 remaining. Lions leading it by 6, 21-15. Kolar, right of the lane to Gardner. Now back out front to Kolar, top of the key to the right of the lane. Back out front, it goes to Danny Austin, who's checked in. Austin now goes to Gardner, top of the key. Hands it back off to Kolar, top of the key, 3. Around the rim, spun it, no good. And the rebound, Green. Green will lead the break from right to left. Up the right sideline, crossover dribble into the lane. Throws it up with the right hand on the left-hand side, got it. Green's got 7. He had 17 in the first matchup, and it's now a 4-point Lions lead, 21-17. Top of the key, Gardner. Gardner with it, kicks it over to Turner on the left wing. Turner, left side to Gardner, right baseline. Gardner dribbles in left of the lane, backing in against Smith, put up the right-hand shot, missed everything. Looked like he got hammered, no call, and the rebound pulled out of the air by Penn. He'll dribble it up the floor himself. Off to Smith, now to Napier. Napier on the right side, Green, jab step to the right, goes to the left, pulls up from 17 near the line, no good, and the rebound taken down by Kelvin Turner. Kelvin will bring it up from left to right for the Lions. 7.5 remaining to go in this first half. Turner crossover dribble to the top of the circle. Now to Manager, back outside Gardner. Gardner hands it off to Turner. Turner now over to Kolar, back to Turner, top of the key. He's going to pull up at the top side, now drive it inside, got the ball knocked free and out of bounds. There's 5 on the shot clock, and the Lions will have it back after this official timeout with 7:09 remaining to go in the half. Your score, it's the Lions 21, the Pioneers 17 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
You're a Lions fan. Own it. And we are the radio home of Mount St. Joseph Lions Sports, UltimateSportsTalk.com. Football, basketball, wrestling, volleyball, softball, baseball. We are Cincinnati's sports website and also the home of the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night during the baseball season. We are the home of the Mount St. Joseph Lions, UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. Mount St. Joseph University's Reading Science program that uses highly effective research-based methods improved my students' lives and helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Well, Toby Kerrigan had a very long conversation during that timeout with one of the officials, and now the official has gone back, and he is checking with the other 2 officials. It appears they're talking about either a jab step or some slapping at the basketball. They are at halftime down in Transy, and the women's team losing to the Pioneers 43-21 at the half. 21-17, Lions lead it by 4. Weehee's back into the ballgame with Kolar, Kratzer, Gardner, and Cluxton. Transy, with 5 on the shot clock, sets up their defense. Penn's into the ball game, along with Mullins, Napier, Smith, and Green. A lob pass goes to Kratzer. Left wing Kolar for the 3. Got it! Boy, a well-conceived play by Toby Kerrigan and Jalen Green during that timeout. Lions lead it by 7, their biggest lead of the game. Into the lane is Smith, and he put it in from 5, and now Smith came down in the middle of the key after making that shot, and he came down hard, and he is down on his back, and it looks like maybe their trainer came out immediately and is checking that left ankle of Smith's. Boy, you hate to see that happen. As well as Transylvania has been playing as of late. We told you coming into this game, in their last 8 games, they have won 6. Now Brian Lane's going to go out, and he's going to check with the trainer. Smith is up now, and the trainer is going to help him get up. But Smith is not able to put any weight on that left ankle. They immediately went out and checked the ankle, so it doesn't appear to be the knee, thank heavens. And Smith will leave the ball game after scoring his first 2 in the contest, and the Lions lead it 24-19 with 6:48 left to go in this first half of action. Blake Watson will be our guest at halftime. They're just getting ready to start the second half down in Transy, and as I told you, Transy has got a 22-point lead. Now Teague is going to come off the bench, and he will replace Smith, who is down at the end of the bench after that injury. Gardner will put it in play as we're back set to go. Gardner inbounds the ball to Cluxton, and Cluxton brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Kolar. Lions lead it by 5. Gardner gets a pass to Kratzer. Right of the circle, it goes to Gardner to the left of the lane with the dribble, picks up the ball, gets it to Weehee, top of the key, Kratzer. Kratzer looks for the back door, couldn't find Kolar. Didn't have a passing angle. Kolar was open. With it is Cluxton. 6 seconds on the clock. Now to Weehee. 3 on the clock. He's got to force up a long 3. Hit the back iron. Nope. And the rebound taken down by Transy. Napier brings it up the floor. Gets it down low to Penn. Penn drop step to the baseline. Put it up. No good. Rebound tapped into the hands of Cluxton. Cluxton from left to right goes to Weehee. Between the circles, Gardner on the left-hand side, Cluxton. Cluxton bounce pass underneath. Goes now to Kratzer, backing it against Penn. Over to Weehee. Resets and gets it down low to Kratzer again. Kratzer kicks it back outside Cluxton. Cluxton's going to take the 3 from the left of the circle. No good. Rebound Gardner. Gardner kicks it to Kolar for 3. Got it! Boy, credit that one to Dane Gardner for out-fighting Transy for that loose ball and then getting it to the wide-open Jack Kolar for 3. 27-19. Lions lead it by 8, their biggest lead. 5:20 to go in the half. Green the other way, down inside the lane. Drop step to the right, then to the left. Put it up, no good. Rebound tapped around. Comes down to Kolar. Got it knocked free by Green, and he tipped it over to Cluxton, and the Lions retain possession and bring it across the timeline. On the left-hand side, Weehee, top of the circle to the right elbow to Kratzer. Now left wing Weehee. On the right wing, Cluxton. Top of the key, Evan. Evan Weehee now back over to Gardner. Top side, Kratzer. Kratzer under 5 minutes to go. Underneath to Gardner. Kicks it out to Kolar. Pump fake. Drives down to the right side. 5 on the clock. Bounce pass into the lane to Kratzer, and Kratzer walked with the basketball. Kelvin Turner will come in now for the Lions, and leaving is Evan Weehee. 4:46 to go in the first half. Lions are leading it by 8. Out of the ball game, Dan Mullins. Back into the lineup, Caps. Caps, Penn, Green, Teague, and Napier for Transit. They dump it down low to Penn. Penn backing in against Kratzer, laid it up with a left-hand point-blank range and got it on the left-hand side. Penn's got 4. You just could not let him get that deep into the key. Cluxton with the basketball with a 6-point lead. Turner now back outside. It goes to Gardner. Bounce pass right of the lane to Kratzer. Back out front to Gardner. Gardner tried driving the lane, lost the handle of the basketball, and it's taken away by Transit. Up the floor, Penn lost it off his foot, but he'll say it hit Nate Kratzer's foot instead of his, and it goes out of bounds with 4:03 remaining. Transit keeps the ball. 27-21. Inbounds pass, Caps. Inbounds it out near the timeline to Jalen Green in front of the scorer's table. Green with the basketball, left-hand dribble to the left of the circle, right of the circle now. Kicks it back outside. Teague, 12-footer in the key, no good. Rebound, Kelvin Turner. Turner gets it up the floor to Cluxton. Now Gardner, sideline left Turner. Top of the key, Cluxton. 3:40 to go in the first half. Bounce pass underneath to Gardner. Got the inside position. Laid it up and in. Gardner's got 6, 29-21. Lions by 8 again, 3.5 remaining in the half. Caps, sideline right, Teague. Teague to the line, right elbow, off the Penn on the left wing, Caps. Caps dribbles to the free throw line, pulls up from 15. Nope, missed a wide right. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Kratzer, and it will stay with Transit. 29-21, there's an official timeout on the floor. 3:14 remaining. Your score, the Lions 29, the Pioneers 21 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University with 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facility. We are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Climb higher at www.msj.edu.
Down in Transy right now, it's a 46-21 Transylvania lead by 25 over the women. The Pioneers, the number 2 ranked team in the country in Division III women's basketball. They have won 21 in a row, and they've got a 2-game lead right now in the Heartland Conference. 29-21, the Mount with the lead here over Transylvania. Teague into the ball game as he comes onto the floor with Penn, Caps, Green, and Napier. Still down to the end of the bench with crutches is Smith. We may have seen the end of him tonight. Caps will put the ball in play, left of his own bucket on the baseline. 10 on the shot clock. Caps looking, Gets it back out front to Green. Green's going to drive in against Turner all the way to the hole, put it up off the glass rim. Nope. Teague got the offensive rebound, dribbles out of a crowd, and gets it back outside to Green. They'll reset to 20. Green with it between the circles on the right side, Teague. Teague around a pick, gets it on the right-hand side, Penn. Now to the left-hand side, Green. Pulls up from 5 feet for a floater on the baseline, nope. And Penn got the offensive rebound. Back over on the right side, Caps, long three, right wing, missed everything. Rebound knocked around. Penn got the rebound again. It's the 4th straight opportunity for Transylvania. With it on the right-hand side, putting up the shot. Napier drilled the three. The Lions' inability to grab the basketball, giving Transy 4 opportunities at the hole, cost them a three-pointer. It's 29-24. Kolar on the left-hand side, Gardner. Gardner bounce pass right elbow. It goes to Kratzer. Now back to Gardner, left wing. Into the corner. Kolar is going to drive the left corner. Back out to Turner, right corner. Corner outside the arc. Now to Cluxton. 5 on the clock. To Kratzer. Hands it off to Gardner. Top of the key. He's going to pull up from the 15-footer from the line. Banked it in! Convenient banking hours for Dane Gardner. And the Lions now lead it by 7 again at 31-24. Green the other way, right wing. Goes off to Napier. Top of the key. Pulls up for the long three. Drilled it. Napier's got 6. Lions by 5. 31-26. Or did they call it? They just called that a 2. I apologize. Looked like a 3 from up here. They called it a 2. With it is Turner on the right baseline, lost the handle, and the ball was kicked in by Napier. He saved it up the floor to Caps, laid it up and in. Caps has got 4. Lions lead it by 3. 31-28. Into the front court with the basketball, the Lions. They get it off to Turner. Turner on the right side. Dribbling in, down to the right baseline, and he pulls up. I don't know what he did, but he stumbled, and he's grabbing his calf muscle. He may have pulled a calf muscle on that drive to the bucket. Napier with that 2-pointer. They called it a 2 instead of a 3. 53.4 seconds to go. Turner is up now. And he'll walk off under his own power, but he tweaked something in that calf, and the Lions will have to take him out. 53.4 remaining. We'll go over scores and everything else at the half, along with talk with Blake Watson about our trip to Florida. I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about the baseball and softball teams, but I cannot wait to get down to Claremont, Florida, and Winter Haven to do some baseball and softball games. That is going to be a nice little vacation. We're going to do some games in between, but don't get me wrong, it's going to be a nice little vacation. 53.4 seconds to go. Lions with 11 on the shot clock. Cluxton looking. Gets it out near the center circle on the inbounds to Kolar. Kolar, left side. Gets it back over to Menninger. Now to Cluxton. Left wing Kolar. Pump fake. Pulls up now for the all-alone 3. Hit the front iron. Nope. And the rebound taken down by Napier. He'll bring it up the floor. 37 seconds to go in the half. There's about a 10-second differential. Driving into the lane is Teague, and he laid it up with a left-handed good. Teague's got 4. Lions now are leading it by 1. 31-30. 20 seconds to go in the half. They can run down all 20. Weehee sideline right in front of the scorer's table. Now on the left side, Menninger, as the Lions run their version of the 4 corner. Now Cluxton. Cluxton near the center circle. 8 seconds to go. Cluxton's going to drive right-hand side all the way to the hole. Slipped and walked with the basketball. 31-30. Lions give it up on the turnover. 3.6 seconds to go. Transy will put the ball in play in the back baseline. Teague looking. It's a spot out. Left hands it up near the timeline. Gets it to Caps. Caps called a timeout immediately with 2 seconds to go in the first half. Brian Lane using one of his timeouts to get a shot here at the end of the half. And boy, that would really be a good omen for Lexington, Transylvania, if they can go in at the half up in this first half instead of down. But on the other side of the coin, it would be disappointing for the Lions the way they played this first half to go in down by 1, and that's what Brian Lane wants to put that into the mindset of the Lions heading into the locker room in just 2 seconds. 31-30 Lions leading. They have dissipated, I should say, a 7-point lead at 31-24. Transy has scored 6 straight. Teague will put it in play near the scorer's table, now right in front of Toby Kerrigan on the Mount bench. Teague looking in the front court, looking, can't find anyone. Now gets a pass on the right side, through it right by Smith and out of bounds. Good defense by the Lions, and there's 1 second to go on the clock here in the half. And now Brian Lane is going to bring in a couple of reserves. He'll bring in Walker Kyle and Nick Romer. Green will leave, and so will Teague. And the inbound's made to Cluxton, and that'll do it here at the half. We have played one here at the Harrington Center in Cincinnati, and your score at the end of the first half of action, it is the Mount 31 and the Pioneers 30. And down in Lexington, 4.5 remaining in the women's game in the third quarter, and Transylvania leads that one 54-23. Blake Watson will be our guest here at the half. Your score, the Lions 31 and the Pioneers 30 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Do you want to grow as a leader? Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's degree in organizational leadership. Classes meet about 1 Saturday a month. Climb higher and become the leader you were meant to be. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
And we are back here at the half where the Lions lead it 31-30 over the Transylvania Pioneers. Joining us now, Sports Information Director Blake Watson. Blake, just coming across the wire, the Reds have made a trade. What do you know about Justin Boyd?
Nothing. And I could not care less about the Reds trades.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you got a good ball player in Will Benson. We're just stockpiled. The Guardians are stockpiled in outfielders right now, and Benson is one that they can afford to give up.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what the Reds are going to do, you know? It's going to be I don't totally hate the makeup of the roster right now. I guess that is probably proof that Senzel's not going to be ready for opening day once again.
Is he ever ready to even play any game in the regular season?
No, and it stinks because the kid's pretty good. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the big problem with it. Blake, one of the reasons I wanted to have you come up here as I look for it here on my sheet, is the fact that we'll be going to Florida here on March 12th to do some baseball and softball games, and that's going to be very exciting for us to be down there.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go down. Obviously, you know, I've been in this job for about 7 years, and this will be my first spring trip with baseball and softball. Typically that week ends with me spending a whole lot of time on the phone with Coach Morris from the softball team, especially fixing statistics. Now, we've always been lucky with baseball that, you know, Chuck's going down there, and he obviously takes care of all of our statistics, but it'll be nice to be able to give the softball team the higher level stats coverage, the live stats, and them not have to be concerned with it. Usually I'm spending this time right now teaching one of the players how to do it so they can do it during the games. And then obviously we get the added bonus with you going down. Chris Morris, your softball partner, will be down there. Chuck will be down there with us, Chuck Murray. We're going to do a whole lot of broadcasting while we're down there too. So at very minimum, some audio broadcasts. We're going to try to live stream. We should cover every game while we're down there, I think, between the 4 guys. So I'm pretty excited about it.
And even a JV game, I think, what is it, Wednesday or Thursday? That is on the baseball side?
Yeah, I know baseball has a JV game down there we're going to try to cover as well. So it's really exciting.
The one thing that we're going to have on the Ultimate Sports Talk website is there will be, if you've ever tuned in on it before, there's a Listen Now button. When we go to Florida, there's going to be 2 Listen Now buttons where you can either pick up the softball broadcast or the baseball broadcast. And we're working on that right now, and that'll be available when we get down there.
Yeah, the big thing is that's really only for that first day, right? We've talked about it a bunch. That first day we're down there, baseball and softball play at basically the similar times. So we'll divide and conquer. And then, you know, the rest of the week we're going to rotate through the 4 guys, and we're all going to take our turn calling different stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to start on the 12th. There's actually 4 games on that 12th that will be down there. The baseball team starts at 9 a.m. They're going to be playing St. Norbert down in Winter Haven, and then the doubleheader, the second game, will be right after that. But interestingly enough, down there, Blake, those doubleheaders will only be 7 innings instead of 9.
For baseball, yeah, when you play the same team, it's 7s. If there's a day where we don't play, where we play different teams, it becomes 9s, which is really smart when you're in Florida. They're trying to get a bunch of games in a short period of time.
Yep.
You know, the weather in Florida can always be tricky. Get those afternoon rain showers all the time. So, yeah, it's really exciting. I think that the rough tentative plan is for that day, you and Chuck are going to do the baseball games. Me and Chris are going to do the softball games. And, you know, hopefully you get there by the end of the softball games and can take over for me.
You know, and then the women's softball team plays at 1:45 or at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Excuse me, I'll get this right. 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and then 4 o'clock. The first game will be against Carroll, and the second game will be against Plymouth State.
Yeah, I know Carroll out of Wisconsin. I have never seen their softball team. I watched their baseball team a couple times last year. I helped out a colleague of mine from Center College and statted their games when they were up here last year. You know, softball team, we expect them to be fantastic again. Just outside the top 25, which is a little bit crazy to me. But from where they've come with this program to be amongst those teams preseason it is still an honor. I mean, they should probably be ranked. And if Cameron McCool was still on this softball team, they would be ranked. But you know, you lose. You know how important softball pitching is. You lose your number 1 starter, an All-American caliber pitcher. People are going to assume you're not going to be as good.
If I can add something, I think you're giving the voters too much of the benefit of the doubt on that. I don't think they know that Cam McCool is not on the team anymore.
I mean, our roster shows she's not. My guess is, you know, the people that take it seriously would have looked.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably right. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that Lions expect to miss a beat. Coach Morris and Coach Gotterwitz they've been working their tails off. I was out taking pictures of lacrosse before this game, and they're out there working with the pitchers. I think they expect Casey Kemp to take a big step forward this year to become that leader of that rotation. And then they've got some freshmen that they are really, really high on.
I know they're really high on a couple of freshmen. As far as the baseball team is concerned, they've really made it a priority to bring in some pitching this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I was over there, and a new pitching coach. Coach Austin Woodby left us to go work at the University of Cincinnati this offseason. We bring in Chris Doros, who's been coaching at the high school level, at a very high level in this area. And a lot of the reasons he's here is because we expect his high school relationships and the guys he knows for the high school game to translate into being able to bring in recruits. And they've done that this year. I know I've been all over the place since I've been back to work this afternoon, but I walked over and watched a little bit of them throwing live BP, saw Aiden Post throw, saw a couple of the freshmen throw. There's definitely some stuff on that mound to be intrigued about. I'm not 100% sure what the results are going to look like for those guys, but they've gotten more legitimate D3 arms than they've had in the past few years, and it's definitely something to be excited about.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Quickly, Blake, your thoughts on the first half here. Lions up by a point over Transy.
Well, you know me. My first thought is going to be how the heck are there only 2 fouls called?
It always changes. It's a Heartland Conference officiated game.
It's 100% going to be a ticky-tack-called game here in the second half. But, yeah, the Lions have played well. This team, it's 2 different basketball teams. And actually, talking to Coach Kerrigan, I think Transy's very similar. They are an unbelievable basketball team at home. And they're still really good on the road, but they just don't travel as well as they have in the past. And our Lions have been that way all year.
Yep.
So it's been a good game. Nice to see Kelvin Turner back out there a little bit. I know he got dinged up. I think, not speculating, it looked like it was just a cramp from where I was sitting.
Okay. Yeah. Though I'm pretty sure they've lost Smith.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised to see Smith come back out in the second half.
Blake?
To do this without having Luke is pretty impressive, to be up 1, not having Collinsworth tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, especially the way we played down there, where it was all of a sudden 15-0. Now all of a sudden you've got a 1-point advantage for us at halftime. And just so you know, it's 67-28 Transy over the women down in Transy.
I know they were expecting a big crowd down there tonight, so that's not surprising. Transylvania is legitimately a top 5 team in the country on the women's side. So.
Well, when John Calipari asked for there to be a big crowd, people in Kentucky
you
tend to
get that
listen.
in Lexington, it usually works out for you.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Blake, good to talk to you again.
Dave, always great to talk to you, buddy.
Yep, thanks a lot. Blake Watson, our guest here this afternoon on the halftime show. 31-30 Lions lead it by a point. We'll be back to take a look at the stats and second half action after this.
Hi, this is Morgan Freeman. Has anyone ever said, you're the picture of health? You look healthy, you feel fine, but that may not be the full picture. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer of men and women over 50. Since it doesn't always cause symptoms, you may not know you have it. The only way to know is by getting screened. Screening can find precancerous polyps, so they can be removed before they turn into cancer. This is one cancer you can prevent. Plus, screening can find colorectal cancer at an early stage when the chance for a full recovery is very high. Talk with your doctor and get tested for colorectal cancer. Medicare and many insurance plans help pay for screening. Get screened. Make sure you are the picture of health.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Jack Kolar is leading the way for the Lions in scoring tonight. He's got 12 points. He's the only one in double figures for the Lions. 8 points going out to Dane Gardner, 6 to Alex Totten, and 3 to Kelvin Turner, while Nate Kratzer has scored 2 rebounds. Lions right now 13 as a team. They have given up 15 to Transy on the rebound side. They are being led by Jack Kolar, surprisingly enough, who has 3 rebounds. Gardner, Cluxton, and Turner each have 2 in the ball game. Lions shooting 12 of 23 for 52% from the field and from three-point range, 7 of 16 for 44%. For Transylvania, they are being led by Jalen Green. He's got 7 points. He's the only one that has got 7 in the ball game. The rest of their players, they have got 8 players that have scored, all in single digits. Green with 7, 5 going to Napier, 4 each to Penn and Caps, along with Teague in the ball game. Transy 14 of 32 from the field for 33%, and they are 2 of 6 from the line for 33% in the ball game. Lions' biggest lead was 7 at 31-24. Transy ran off 6 in a row, and it's now a 1-point Lions lead, 31-30 here at the Harrington Center. And down in Transy, 7:17 to go in the game. Transy leads it 71-30. Second half action coming up next on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
Lions come out to start the second half of action with Kratzer, Cluxton, Kolar, Weehee, and Gardner. They're starting 5. And for Transy, they have got Napier into the ball game, Green, Teague, Penn, and Caps. Not coming out to play the second half is Simon Smith with that sprained ankle. Lions have the basketball to open the thing up, and they've got it underneath to Kolar. Ball knocked free out of bounds. Last touch by Jack. It'll go back to Transy. Lions going from right to left across your computer and TV screen. 19:45 to go in the ball game, and the Lions lead it by a point, but Transy with the basketball on the left sideline, and it goes off to Green. Now back right of the circle to Caps out front. Napier. Napier kicks it back outside to Caps. Now back to Napier for 3. Drilled it. Napier with 8 gives Transy the lead at 33-31. Third lead change we've had in the ball game so far. Kolar with the basketball on the right sideline with a right-hand dribble. He's going to drive in against Caps, but Caps shut him off right of the lane. Kolar still into the lane, stops, throws it up high off the backboard, won't hit anything, and a foul is going to be called underneath on Transy. And that's going to be on Caps. Caps with his second, and that's the first here in the second half of action. By the way, both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. They each used 1 in that first half. Kolar line left. As they say, he was in the act of shooting. Put it up and in. Kolar with 13 to lead the way. Came into the ball game shooting 80% from the stripe. Second one by Kolar. Good again. He has got 14. And the Lions now have tied it up at 33. 5th time tonight it's been tied. Sideline left, Napier in the front court. Gets the top of the key to Green, guarded by Gardner. He's going to drive the lane. Kicks it back outside. Teague drives inside the lane, and a blocking foul will be called on Gardner. Teague threw it up, put it in, and it'll count. Teague got the bucket and drew the foul. That's 6 on him, and he'll go to the line looking for 7. Dane Gardner with his first personal. And that will be the first foul against the Lions here in the second half. Alex Totten's going to come in at the next dead ball, and that will be right now as Teague hits the free throw. Jack Kolar is going to leave. He may have re-injured that shoulder. He was doing a lot of flexing of it, and now the trainer's going to look at him down over the left side of the Mount bench. With it is Menninger. Menninger gets it off to Cluxton, top of the key. Cluxton now reverses it off to Totten right side. He'll dribble inside the arc. Bounce pass underneath to Menninger, and he's going to be tied up by Caps, and the ball will go back to Transylvania. So Transy gets the ball back. 18:35 to go, and they lead it by 3, 36-33. Caps the other way. Shut off by Cluxton, but he goes in for the layup. Laid it up. No. And a foul will be called on Willard Cluxton. And just like Blake Watson said, typical Heartland Conference officiating. The first half goes by like a blur. The second half is going to be stopped ad nauseum. 18:29 left to go, and line right will be Caps. He's put it up, and it's good. Boy, this kid has got talent all over him. Brian Lane just needs to harness it, and this kid's going to be one of the top players in the league for the next 3 years. Second one, off the back iron, nope. Rebound Menninger, tied up by Green. Another jump ball. It'll go back to the Mount. Lions get it back, 18-27. Left to go in this ball game. Now, Transy will go back to that full court pressure. Gardner looking. Inbounds the basketball to Menninger. Menninger in the backcourt. Got it knocked away, and it goes back to the Lions as it went out of bounds. Last touch by Caps. Got 5 seconds now to get her across the timeline. Putting it in, Austin, Now to Gardner, he breaks the press. Up the floor, right wing Menninger, right corner Totten. Back to Menninger, right wing. He'll drive inside the lane, got the ball kicked away, and it'll be a kicking violation called against Transy. Boy, they have upped the defensive pressure in the last 30 seconds. 18-12 to go. Bet you bottom dollar, that is exactly what Brian Lane talked about the entire halftime speech. Kratzer, top of the key, Gardner, back off to Totten, got the ball knocked free by Teague, and a foul called on Teague. On Matt Teague, that is his first, and that's the second. 37-33. 18:07 left to go. With the basketball, Austin. Austin with it, right wing. Now gets it off on the left-hand side, Totten to the top of the key. Totten, right wing, Austin. Austin looks outside, now gets it off to Kratzer, top side. Totten right next to him. Got it back to Totten, long three left of the circle, spun it in and out. Hit the back iron, front iron, and came back into the hands of Penn. Penn will bring it up on the right side, behind the back dribble. The big man into the lane, put it up from 5, got it. Penn's got 6, 39-33. Transy has opened up their biggest lead of the evening. They had a 4-point lead at 37-33, and now it's 39-33. Totten right wing, 3 again, no good. Rebound Teague. Teague brings it from left to right up the floor. Fast break to Penn on a bounce pass, laid it up and in. Penn's got 8. The Lions are going to use the timeout. They get it into Austin, and Austin will bring it up across the timeline and stop right in front of the bench. Timeout to the Mount. 17:07 left to go in this ball game. Your score now, it's the Pioneers 41, the Lions 33 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
¿A dónde te diriges? ¿Dónde te gustaría ir? Nuevas cumbres, ¿verdad? Es por eso que vas a ir a la universidad en primer lugar. En Mount St. Joseph University integramos la excelencia académica, la experiencia del mundo real y la atención individual para que puedas llegar más lejos de lo que tú creías posible. De hecho, más del 96% de nuestros graduados en los últimos 3 años estaban empleados o cursaban estudios de posgrado dentro de 6 meses posteriores a la graduación. ¿Estás listo para subir más alto? Comienza tu ascenso en msj.edu.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Down in Transylvania, the Pioneers are leading it now over the Mount 82-33. Our next broadcast game coming up on Saturday with Earlham. 1 o'clock with the women's game, 3 o'clock with the men's game right here on UltimateSportsTalk.com and YouTube. 41-33, Lions are down now. They have been outscored 11-0 here in the second half of action. It's almost reminiscent of what happened in the first half down in Transy of that game when the Lions fell down 15-0. Gardner, top of the key, off to Kelvin Turner, who's into the ball game. Got the pass over to Cluxton, underneath to Gardner. Gardner put it up on the rim. Nope, missed it. Rebound Teague. Teague, good defense, brings it up the floor on the run. Lost the handle, chased it down into the corner, picks up the ball. Now gets a pass over on the right-hand side to Green. He'll lay it up and in. Green has got 9 in the ball game, and Transy has opened up their biggest lead of the night at 43-33, excuse me. Top of the key, Kolar, who's checked back into the ball game, so his shoulder must not be that bad. Got underneath to Gardner, and a foul is going to be called on Caps. That will be his third with 16:22 remaining. Third against Transy as a team. Told you how important this game is to the Mount and their hopes of making the postseason tournament. Caps will lead with those 3 fouls, and checking back into the ball game, Alex Madsen with 2. 16:22 remaining. Cluxton will put it in play. Cluxton right of his own bucket, lobs a pass outside, and it goes to Menninger near the sideline on the right side. Back out to Gardner, hands it off to Kolar. Kolar left of the circle, now pivots to his right, to the right elbow. Back out front, Turner, top of the key, Gardner. Gardner's going to drive inside, stops, and an offensive foul called by the opposite official on the far side, and he waited until he counted to 3 and then went ahead and called the offensive foul. 16:07 left to go. Enough said right after that. Bringing it up will be Madsen. Gets it on the right side, Teague. Teague with it. Top of the key, behind the back dribble to the right elbow. Got the ball stripped away, stolen away by Gardner. Gardner will bring it up on the run. Gets a bounce pass on the right side, threw it right into the hands of Teague, up the floor to Green. Green lost it near the baseline, but chased down to Penn. Penn all the way into the bucket. Nobody picked him up, and he lays it up and in. Penn's got 10, 6 in the second half, and the Lions are down by 12 now. Austin will come into the ballgame at the next buzzer. With it is Turner, top of the key, Gardner. Gardner back on the left side. Turner around a pick by Gardner. He'll stop right of the circle for the long 3, hit the back iron, nope. And the rebound taken down by Transylvania. Up the floor, into the front of the lane to Penn, lays it up and in. Timeout to the Mount. 12 in the ball game for Penn. Lions have no answer from the big guy. 15-12 to go in this ball game. It's now the Pioneers 47, the Lions 33 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? That's why you're going to college in the first place. At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can go further than you ever thought possible. In fact, over 96% of our graduates over the past 3 years were employed or pursuing graduate studies within 6 months of graduation. Are you ready to climb higher? Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
While the women down in Transylvania, that game is over. And it is a Transylvania 84-33 win over the Mountain. Transylvania will stay number 2 in the country unless the number 1 team ends up beaten. 15-12 left to go in this one, and the Lions have been outscored in this second half of action, 17-2. That is extremely reminiscent, I'm telling you, of the first game down in Transy between these two teams. But it was in the first half, not the second half. Transy bounced out to a 15-0 lead. The Lions then scored a bucket, and Transy came right back and made it 17-2. And that's what they've done here in the second half. 15-12 left to go in the ball game. Lions will have 1 timeout remaining, and Transy has got 3. Austin on the floor with Menninger, Cluxton, Kolar, and Kratzer. And the Lions will have the basketball. Transy drops off the full court pressure. Cluxton will bring it up. Guarded by Madsen. Top of the key. Goes to Kratzer. Right baseline to Cluxton for the 3. Nope, hit the front iron. Rebound taken down by Austin. Underneath to Kratzer. Got it blocked away from him. Kratzer got it back in the corner. Back out top of the circle. Stolen away by Teague. Everything the Lions are trying to do, Transy's got an answer for it right now. With it is Napier. Long right wing three won't go, and the rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Kratzer. Kratzer gets it off to Cluxton. Lions down 14.5 to go in the ball game. Austin with it, looking down low, gets it off to Cluxton around a pick by Menninger. Cluxton top of the key to Kratzer. Left wing, ball knocked out of bounds by Green. 14:26 remaining. 14 on the shot clock. Lions have it back. Lions playing here at home on Saturday against Erlang. Toby Kerrigan getting between the official and Danny Austin so they can sneak Alex Totten into the ball game. The official wasn't able to hand the ball. Now Austin is going to go out as Totten will put the ball in play. Menninger's out and Weehe's back in. Cluxton's out of the ball game too. With it is Austin around a pick by Weehe. Austin dribbles down to the right baseline, gets it off to Kratzer into the lane, got the ball knocked free, stolen away by Transy. Transy up the floor. Napier got it off to Madsen, and Madsen laid it in. Madsen's got 4, and the Lions are down by 16, 49-33. With it is Kratzer, left in the circle Totten for the long three, nope. And the rebound, he's got nice cold here in the second half. Up the floor, Austin got hit, got knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Transylvania as he dribbled it right out of bounds. 13:52 remaining. Coming back in Schroeder, Luke Schroeder, the 6'9 senior, number 44, had 2 in the first half. And also into the ballgame, Dan Mullins. No, Dan Mullins is not the former Florida coach either. Teague is going to leave the ball game, and checking in, he played just a few seconds, was Walker Kyle. Kyle, a freshman, 6'5". 13:52 remaining. Caps will put the ball in play. He's back in. He's got those 3 fouls. Inbounds the basketball on the right side, Mullins. Mullins down low to Schroeder. Schroeder in the lane, follow away 5-footer, dead center, hit the back iron, bounced away. Rebound Caps, chases it down outside the three-point arc. Now gets it back outside, and it goes to Mullins, back over to Caps, right wing. Madsen, top of the key. Mullins on the left wing, Caps. Caps, 13.5 remaining. Into the right corner, Madsen, long three, got it. Boy, they are putting on a clinic now. 52-33, 19-point Transy lead. They have outscored the Lions 22-2. And Weehe ends that drought as he hits a three-pointer from the right side. Weehe with his first bucket of the night. He's got 3, 52-36. 13 minutes to go in the ballgame. With the basketball now is Caps. Caps with the right-hand dribble to the top of the key. Hands it off to Mullins. Now back to Caps. Caps is going to drive the lane with a left-hand dribble. Laid it up with the left hand. Nope. And the rebound tapped outside Weehe, and a foul is going to be called on Schroeder. Schroeder went right over the top of Gardner trying to get that rebound. That's his first. And that's the 4th against Transy as a team. 12:42 remaining. Leading the ball game now is Madsen. 52-36, 12:35 remaining. Kolar with the basketball. Dribbles out near the timeline. Gets it off to Josh Bate, who's into the ball game now for the Lions. Bate checks into the contest. On the right side, Weehe. Now to Gardner at the free throw line. Gardner back outside to Bate. 8 on the shot clock to Weehe. Right wing all alone. Three-pointer too hard. Rebound knocked free near the sideline. Chased down by Kohler. Left wing Totten gets it back out to Bate. Bate with the basketball. Top of the key. Lane with the right hand. Throws it up. Blocked, and a foul is going to be called late on Transy. Boy, it's like sometimes they've got to blow their whistle and then sit there and think about it before they ever make a call. 12:03 left to go. Foul called on Will Cockrell. His 5th against Transy as a team. And that's what was funny in that first half. That's why Blake and I talked about it. There were 3 fouls called against Transy in the first half. They've got 5 already. Bate put it up, no good. Missed it off the back iron. Josh had that knee injury a year ago, fighting his way back, trying to get into the lineup. Put that one up, and it's good. He's got a point, split the pair, 52-37. Lions down by 15. Still a lot of time remaining, 12 minutes to go in the ballgame. Schroeder between the circles on the right side. It goes to Kyle. Top of the key, knocked free, stolen away by Kolar. Kolar gets it off to Gardner. Gardner, top of the circle to Kolar, right of the lane for the 3. No, off the back iron. Rebound chased into the corner. Nice save by Caps. Behind the back dribble, got away from one man. Behind the back all the way to the line. Kicks it back out to Schroeder, top of the key, 3. Missed it wide left. And the rebound taken down by Kolar. 11:25 to go in the ballgame. Weehee, top of the key, Totten. Bounce pass goes to Gardner, back to Totten, left side. Totten, top of the key, off to Bate, back to Totten. He'll drive left to the lane, all the way in against Schroeder. Put it up, nope. It was blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Schroeder as he knocked Totten to the floor. And that will be his second personal foul. That's the 6th against Transy. But before anything happens here, there's an official timeout on the floor. 11:16 to go in the ballgame. Your score, it's Transy 52 and the Lions 37 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
You want to advance your career through education, but you have a busy family and work schedule. Mount St. Joseph can help. The Mounts School of Business offers an MBA program on Saturday mornings where you can earn your master's degree in 2 years. Courses are led by faculty who are experts in their areas and taken one at a time, and the GMAT is not required for admission. Classes every Saturday can make a huge difference in your life and your career. Learn more about the Saturday MBA program. Visit msj.edu/MBA.
Transy won the women's game earlier tonight down in Lexington, 84-33. Well, desperate times reach for desperate measures, and if you know me and you've listened to me throughout the years, time to change my scoring pencil. 52-37. Things are not going good with that pencil, so it's gone. Take it home, sharpen it up, and bring it back the next game. Totten will go line left with 11:16 to go. Down by 15, make it 14. Totten has got 7. Shooting 89% from the stripe this year. 3 dribbles, dips, shoots, got him again. He's got 8. Lions down by 13. 52-39 to Transy. Still a lot of time left to go, 11 minutes left. With it, Caps, left of the lane, all the way to the hole, scoop layup with the right hand, good. Telling you, this kid, if Brian Lane can harness in, he is going to be one heck of a ball player. With it, left of the circle, Kolar top of the key, picks up the dribble, Lions down by 15 with 10:45 remaining. Gardner looked down low, couldn't find Kolar. Now gets it back outside Totten, top of the key, Kolar to Weehee. Bounce pass right elbow to Gardner. On the left side, Weehee, he'll drive the lane, dump it off on the right-hand side to Bate, lost the handle, picked off the floor by Teague, who just came into the ballgame. Teague's going to lead the break all the way up the floor. Stop popping from 5, no good, and the rebound taken down by Weehee. Weehee will bring it the other way from right to left, now to Kolar, outside to Bate. Bate, 10:15 remaining. Gets it to Gardner on the right wing, Josh Bate. He'll drive inside the lane. Left-hand shot blocked, and a foul is going to be called on Transylvania, and that'll be on Hunter Penn. He got him across the arm. Penn picks up his first personal foul, and that is the 7th team foul against Transy. They had 3 in the first half, and we're not even halfway through the second half, and Transy's got 7 already. Bate, line left, put it up and in. Bate's got 2 in the ball game. He's 2 for 3 from the stripe. And Bate now will shoot the second one. 10-12 remaining. 54-40, Lions down by 14. And it's off the back iron, no good. And the rebound taken down by Hunter Penn. Penn here tonight has got 6 rebounds. Out front, Green near the center circle, now to the top of the key, left of the lane, all the way in against Kolar, spins into the lane, throws it over the right hand, wild shot, missed everything. Rebound, Teague. Teague against Weehee, follow away, left-hander, put it up, spun it around the rim, no from 5 feet. And the rebound taken down by Weehee. Weehee will bring it up, we're under 9:45 to go in the ball game. Lions down by 14, top of the key, Gardner. Gardner with it on the left-hand side to Bate. Bate looking down low. Bounce pass and goes to Gardner. Gardner inside the lane. Spins to his right. Down low. Pump fake against Penn. Threw it up and in. First 2 of the second half by Dane. He's got 10. And it's now a 54-42 12-point Lion deficit. 9:15 remaining. Sideline left, Green. Green around a pick set by Napier. Right wing it goes to Caps. He walked, no call. Boy, he got away with a step. Spins into the lane. Left-hand layup, up and in. Caps has got 9. 56-42 Transy. Boy, what they have done here in the second half, they just ratcheted up the defense. And the Lions have been unable to do anything about it. And now Totten, after a bad pass by Bate, hit the midcourt stripe. It'll be over and back. That is 16 turnovers in this first ball game for the Lions. 16 turnovers leading to 14 Transylvania points. 8:48 remaining. Teague will put it in play in front of his own bench. And he does to Caps. Back outside, Green, now to Napier near the center circle. Hands it off to Penn. Penn with it, bounce pass top of the key. It goes to Teague. Teague hands it off to Penn. Penn top of the circle, between the legs. Follow a 17-footer near the lane. Put it up, no good. And the rebound chased down by Weehee in the corner. Weehee gets it off to Danny Austin as he'll bring it up. Austin snuck in last buzzer for Bate. All the way to the hole. Gardner got it blocked from behind by Penn. No call. Pulled out of the air by Caps. Free throw line. Dumps it off underneath. Knocked out of bounds by Totten. It'll stay with Transy. 8:12 to go in the ball game. 56-42 Transy. Putting it in play. Caps into the middle of the lane to Penn. Jumped up, got it in front of Gardner. Spins into the lane. Put it up with the right hand. Bounced off the iron. No good on the left side. And Austin got the rebound. He'll bring it up. 8 minutes to go in the game. Austin with it. He'll drive down to the right baseline. Spin it back out to the wing. Bounce pass underneath to Gardner. Put it up in, and he's fouled. Gardner's got 12. He'll go to the line looking for 13. Lions down by 12, and there's an official timeout on the floor. 7:54 remaining. Your score, it's now the Pioneers 56, the Lions 44 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Learn more at msjlions.com.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students. Like when you need a textbook, students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options. Free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub, located in the Roar Store, or delivered to your off-campus residence. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Lions are down 56-44 here in the second half of play. It was 31-30. The Lions led it by a point at halftime. But since that time, they have been outscored 26-13. They have been doubled up. 7:54 left to go in the ball game. Penn out onto the floor with Napier, Teague. Madsen's back into the ball game now, and Green is going to continue to play. Gardner will go line left, trying to complete the three-point play. He's got 12. He's shooting 72% from the stripe. Eyes it, dips, left hands it up, and it's good. 13 in the ball game. Lions down by 11. They're still hanging in there. 7:50 remaining. 56-45 coming the other way. Green. Stop and go dribble right of the lane all the way into the hole. Laid it up and nope. Rebound batted around. Goes into the corner. Saved by Austin. Austin will bring it up. Lions can cut it to single digits with this possession. Totten with it between the circles. Bounce past Gardner. Gardner back to Totten. Top of the key. Drives right side. Pulls up inside the arc. Back over to Austin. Back to AT. Now to Gardner. Gardner hands it off to Totten. Totten swings it over on the right side to Kolar. Kolar with it with a left-hand dribble. Gets it off to Gardner, top of the key. 8 on the shot clock. Back over to Austin. Bounce past Gardner underneath. Double team. Back to Austin. Sideline right. Long three. Got it! Danny Austin, I'd love to see him shoot the ball a little bit more. Cuts the lead to 8. 56-48. Green. Between the circles now gets it off to Madsen. Guarded by Austin. Now on the right-hand side, Green. Green right of the lane to Penn. Penn backing in. Boy, he got away with a push-off, laid it up and in, and they're going to call a foul on Gardner. Boy, I don't know if these guys understand what a foul is, but Penn got away with a right-hand forearm right into the chest of Gardner to push him off, and then they called the foul on Gardner. Bucket counts for Penn. Kratzer will come in. Gardner will leave the ballgame with those 3 fouls. Penn has got 14. And he put the free throw up and good. He's got 15. 59-48 Lions down by 11. With it in the front court, Weehee. Now Transylvania's gone with a 1-3-1 half-court trap. On the right side, Weehee, right wing. Bounce pass right corner to Totten for the long 3. Hit the side of the backboard and then bounced into the rim and spun out. He almost put that thing in on the deflection. And it's no good. Rebound taken down by Transylvania. Batte's going to come back into the ballgame at the next buzzer. 6:10 remaining to go in the ballgame. 59-48 Trans. Green, stutter step to the left. Ball knocked away by Totten. Picked it up by Totten. Alex will bring it up after the steal. Has it on the left-hand side to Kolar. Guarded by Green. Kolar with it, top of the circle. Ships the baseball pass over to Weehee. To Kratzer, left of the lane. Now back to Weehee. He's going to drive the lane. Kick it back outside to Kolar, but it was knocked out of bounds by Green, and Green stepped out of bounds trying to save it. Totten will leave, and checking in, Josh Pate. 5:48 remaining to go in the game. Now Schroeder is going to come in. He checks in with 2, leaving his Penn with 15. Gardner, after a quick break, is in. Dane Gardner in. Evan Weehee is out. 5:48 remaining. Austin will put it in play. Inbound pass, Gardner. Laid it up with the right hand, good, and he's fouled. Gardner has got 15 on the afternoon. Make it the evening. 5:47 to go. 59-50. Foul was called against Madsen. Well, check that. The foul was called against Teague. That's his second, excuse me. And Gardner got the three-point play. He's got 16. Lions are down by 8 again. And 5:42 remaining. Some pressure put on by the Lions now. Teague, top of the circle to Madsen. Madsen with it near the center circle off to Green right side. Gets it off to Teague right of the circle. Back out inside the center circle to Madsen. Transy running their offense, trying to kill some clock, up by 8. Schroeder on the left side. Green around a pick by Schroeder. Pulls up long 3 by Green. No good. Rebound taken down by Kolar. Good box out by the Lions. Now to Bate. Bate, top of the key, right of the lane, backs it out to the three-point arc. Down near the sideline. Bate looked to get it down low, but has to feed it outside to Kolar. Kolar with it, top of the key. Tried to get a pass over on the right side, knocked away, stolen by Transy. Up the floor, Green. He'll go in and lay it up and in. Tried to get the dunk. He did grab the rim, but nonetheless, that's 11 in the ballgame for Green. Lions down by 10 again, 61-51. Top of the key, Austin got the ball knocked free, stolen away by Teague, all the way to the hole, laid it up short. Rebound chased out of bounds. Austin is going to grab it before he stepped out of bounds. Austin, top of the circle, hooks a pass over to Kolar, left wing for the long three by Jack. Got it. That's 17 in the ball game for Kolar. 61-54, 7-point lead. We've got 4:15 to go in the ball game. Green with it between the center circle. Green on the left side of the front court. Around a pick by Schroeder to the top of the key. Green drives the lane, kicks it outside to Madsen. Madsen, baseline right. Now goes back outside. It goes to Napier for a long three. No. Schroeder went up, got the rebound. No good again. Rebound ball loose, and there'll be a foul called underneath on the Lions, and that'll be on Gardner. Gardner with his fourth, and that'll take us to the final official timeout of the ball game. 3:58 left to go in the contest. Your score from the Harrington Center, it's Transylvania 61, the Lions 54 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
I wanted to grow my leadership skills, but with work and a busy life, how could I fit it all in? Then I learned Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's program in organizational leadership. For about one Saturday a month, I studied and refined my leadership skills alongside working professionals and top-notch professors. I'm now the leader I set out to be. The Mounts Organizational Leadership Program helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
3:58 left to go in the ball game here on Saturday. We've got doubleheader basketball Saturday for you. 1 o'clock is the women's game against Sterling. 3 o'clock the men's game. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 12:30 here on Ultimate Sports Talk, WDTZ Radio, and YouTube. So join us then. 61-54. Lions are down by 7 with 3:58 remaining. Down in Transy, the women fell to the Pioneers in that ball game, 84-33. Lions are trying to claw themselves back into this thing, down by 7. And Transy will bring Caps back into the ball game. Penn has returned. Teague, Green, and Napier. Lions have Austin, Kolar, Gardner, Kratzer, and Bate. Putting it in play, Caps, right of his own bucket. Inbounds the ball to Napier. Shot clock at 20, now it dwindles down. On the left side, Green, guarded by Bate. Green out near the timeline to the top of the key. Stop and go dribble to the right elbow and gets it back outside to Caps. Between the circles, 7 on the shot clock. Pulls up from 15. Caps, line drive shot. Nope. Green got the rebound. Spins to the baseline. Blocked by Bate. But Green got it back and he sends it back outside to Caps. Caps now near the center circle. Inside the center circle. Drives left of the lane. He'll drive, pulls up from 12. No good. Rebound. Foul called underneath. And finally, something is called against Transy down low, and that's going to be on Teague for pushing off. Matt Teague with his third personal foul. And that's going to be 10 fouls on Transy. The Lions are going to be in the double bonus for the rest of the game. On the other side of the coin, the Lions have committed just 5 team fouls in the second half, so they've got 1 to give. Gardner, line left, shooting 2, put it up around and rim it in. Gardner's got 17 in the ball game, 61-55, 3:23 left to go. Transy with the lead by 6. Second one, off the back iron, no. Rebound, Bate got the rebound! Smallest guy on the floor, top of the key, Gardner, to the line. Back out front, Kratzer. Kratzer with it, hands it off to Austin. Gets it off to Kolar. Kolar with it, now to Kratzer. Left wing, Bate. Bate with it, left side. 6 on the clock. Bate down to the left baseline. 3 on the clock. He's going to have to throw it up from 15. No, off the back iron. Gardner got the rebound! Offensively, back outside to Kolar. Now to Kratzer. Toby Kerrigan stands up and says, let's run the offense. Now to Kolar. Right wing, Austin. Austin with it on the right side. Bounce pass underneath Kratzer. Kratzer down low. Double team. Pump fake. Up. In. And he's fouled. Kratzer with one of those patented power moves down low. He's got 4. He'll go to the line looking for 5. Lions are down by 4 with 2:40 to go. Can you believe this comeback? 61-57, Lions down by 4. Kratzer line left. He's shooting 46% from the stripe. Nate, line left, puts it up. Good. Kratzer with 5. Lions are down by 3. 61-58. All I can do is chuckle. With it, Caps across the timeline to the top near the center circle. Guarded by Austin. Left wing Green. Green with 2:25 remaining. Green around a pick. Lost the handle. Picked off the floor by Kratzer. Up the floor to Bate. Bate leading the pack all the way to the hole. Laid it up. Nobody's fouled. Back to the floor. And Caps will get called for the foul. Bate will go line left, shooting 2. Unbelievable comeback by the Lions. Caps has just fouled out of the ball game. Caps fouls out with 9 in the contest. And Madsen will come back into the ball game. Madsen checks in with 7. Line left, Josh Bate. 2:19 to go in the ball game. Lions down by 3. He eyes it, shoots it, off the side iron, no good. Telling you, folks, when I change pencils, things happen. And if they don't, it wasn't meant to be. But tonight, the changing of the pencils worked. Line left, second one, Bate got it. Josh with 3. Lions down by 2. They just need good defense here. Full court pressure put on by the Lions. Napier back to Teague. Teague will bring it into the front court. Now to Green. Green with 2:05 remaining. It's a 61-59 Transy lead. Green, top of the key, backs up, back out to Napier. 2 minutes to go. Underneath pass Penn, and a foul is going to be called underneath for something. And the foul is going to be called on, is that on, it's going to be on, well, let's see, Nate Kratzer. Kratzer picks up the foul, his first. And that's the 6th against the Lions. Inbounds made to Teague, put it up and in. Boy, nice strong move by Teague down low. And it's a 4-point lead, 63-59. Gets it off between the circles. Austin on the left-hand side. Gardner got the ball knocked free, stolen away by Penn all the way, and it's going to be an offensive foul called on Penn as he ran right over the top of Dane Gardner. 1:37 to go. 63-59 your score. Unbelievable comeback. Penn picked up, by the way, his 3rd foul. That is an offensive foul, so no shooting, and they're mopping up the perspiration on the side. Gardner will put it in play, and here we go. Bate from right to left. Looks over to Kerrigan for the call. Gets it off right side. Bounce pass underneath the Kratzer. Saved it on the baseline. Back to Gardner. Top of the key, Kolar. Kolar with it, top side to Kratzer again. Leaves it off to Bate. Long 3 by Josh. Short. Rebound. Off the foot of Transylvania, off of Teague by Kratzer. Lions get it back with 1:18 to go. 63-59. Austin will put it in play. Left of his bucket. Lions will run a 1-4 down low. They throw it out top side to Kratzer. Bounce pass to Gardner. Ball got knocked free, stolen away by Transy. No foul call. Up the floor to Teague. He'll lay it up and in. Teague gives Transy a 6-point lead. Boy, oh boy. You talk about a tough non-call there on both ends of the floor. With the Bate around a pick by Kratzer. He's going to drive the lane to the baseline. Hooks it outside to Kolar for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound. Bate got the rebound in the corner. Bate with 50 seconds to go. Lions have just 1 timeout left, and they're going to have to use it as Bate got caught in the corner. 48.4 seconds to go in the ball game. Your score. And now a technical foul has been called on Teague. And Brian Lane is incensed. He is irate. Teague just got hit with a technical foul, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. Holy Toledo. Talk about something that Transy did not need right now. And Brian Lane is just irate and screaming, not only at the officials, but also Teague. 48.4. The Lions will be going to the line, shooting 2 shots, and then they'll get the ball back. Down by 6. 48.4 seconds left to go. Timeout on the floor on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
You're a Lions fan. Own it. And we are the radio home of Mount St. Joseph Lions Sports, UltimateSportsTalk.com. Football, basketball, wrestling, volleyball, softball, baseball. We are Cincinnati's sports website and also the home of the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night during the baseball season. We are the home of the Mount St. Joseph Lions, UltimateSportsTalk.com.
48.4 seconds to go. Boy, you couldn't have asked for more of a gift than Teague to pick up a technical foul, and I'm not sure what he did. Brian Lane again is going after the official, but now I guess he came jolting out of the huddle toward the official, and the official he went after is not the official that called the technical foul. 48.4 seconds to go. This has been an extra long timeout because of that technical foul. Boy, oh boy, if a conference title can be won or lost on the shape of a technical. Wow. Green out onto the floor. Teague is going to stay in the ballgame. Napier, Penn, and Madsen. Going line left will be Kolar. He'll be shooting the 2. He's got 17. Jack, line left, shoots it. Got it. He's got 18. 65-60. Second one by Kolar, line left. Put it up, got it again. He's got 19. Lions get the ball. Down by 4. 48.4 seconds to go. Bate will put it in play for the Lions. They'll run that 1-4 down low. Bate inbounds it. Kratzer, now to Gardner. Right side, Ostick. Top of the key, Kolar. Long 3 by Jet. Good! Kolar with 22. It's a 1-point Transylvania lead. Green in the backcourt. Gets it off on the left-hand side to Madsen. Madsen back over to Green. Just beat the 10-second count. 31 seconds to go. Lions are down by a point. 65-64. Green off to Madsen. Now to Teague over on the left side. Green. Green with the basketball. With the dribble. 8 on the clock. Green got the ball knocked free. And a timeout right as Bate stole the ball. Taken by Brian Lane. Oh, what a key timeout by the 22-year veteran coach of Transylvania. 17.9 seconds to go in the ball game. 6 on the shot clock when we come back. Your score, it's Transy 65, the Mount 64 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Boy, there's just one thing to say about this game, and that is wow. Brian Lane has got 2 timeouts left. The Lions, well, they've got 16 fouls now, so the next one will send Transy to the line, shooting 1-1. Lions, though, have no timeouts left. 17.9 left to go in the ball game. What a contest this has been. This has been wild and woolly. Lions are still huddled around Toby Kerrigan. And into the ball game. 17.9, 65-64. And now the Mount will break the huddle. Putting it in play will be Madsen on the far side in the front court. They run a 1 out of bounds box. Putting it in play, 6 on the shot clock. Inbounds to Green near the timeline, to the top of the key. Green lost the handle, picked it back up all the way to the layup, laid it up and in. 12.5 seconds left to go. And now what do we have? A timeout taken by Brian Lane. So after that lay-in by Green, he's got 13. It's a 3-point lead with 12 and a half seconds left to go. Well, it's going to be a 30 by Brian Lane, so we'll keep it right here. You would think that the play would be to Jack Kolar for the 3, but now Alex Totten has come into the ball game, and I think they're sticking Weehee into the game too. Both teams are still huddled around their coaches. Transy has got one timeout left, and Lane may use it once he sees what the setup is for Toby Kerrigan and the Lions. Lions are going to have it back on the back baseline. Oh my gosh, what a game this has been. 67-64. It'll be Austin putting it in play on the back baseline. Transy will go with that 2-2-1 full court pressure. Lions are going to need a 3. Austin will put it in play. They do to Bate. Bate in the backcourt. Bate double team. He's going to bring it across the timeline. Bate now, top side, gets it off to Totten. Totten back to Kolar. Pump fake. Right wing 3 at the buzzer. Buff the back iron. No, and that'll be the ball game. Boy, the Lions were valiant here tonight, but they just cannot come away with the victory as they lose it here by 3. Your final score here this evening, it is the Mount down by 3. Transy 67, the Lions 64. The Mount now 7-15 on the season. They are 6-9 in the Heartland Conference, while Transy moves to 13-9. They are 10-4 in the Heartland Conference, and they have now won 7 of their last 9 ball games. Once again, your final score, Transylvania 67, the Lions 64 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
The School of Health Sciences at Mount St. Joseph University is a proven leader in healthcare education. The Mount offers bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in nursing, including a blended online RN to BSN program and the innovative MSN Magellan program. For nearly 100 years, Mount St. Joseph University has produced outstanding healthcare professionals. Learn more at msj.edu/healthsciences.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University, where Division III champions are made. We coach our Lions to become leaders who will win on the field and in their career. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Are you ready to compete with the heart of a Lion and become our next champion? Learn more at msjlions.com.
Well, the Lions gave it a go. Boy, they put up a valiant comeback in the second half of action, never giving up. At one point in time in the second half, when you look at this, the largest lead was 52-33 by Transy in the second half. They had a 19-point lead, and the Lions at that point in time, when they were down 52-33, outscored Transy, believe it or not, at 31-15 to come back and try to win this thing, and it just could not happen here tonight. Transylvania now 13-9 on the year. They are 10-4 in the Heartland Conference. And Brian Lane, by the way, just won his 350th career game at Transylvania. Congratulations to him. Transylvania also 4-6 on the road. They're going to end up this weekend at Anderson, and then next week they'll be home for Hanover and at Earlham to round out the season next Friday night. For the Lions, well, they're now 7-15 on the year. They are 6-9 in conference play, and now they have lost this 29th meeting. Transylvania now leads the all-time season series 19-10 against the Lions during the history of this get-together between Transylvania and Mount St. Joseph University. The Lions are going to play again Saturday afternoon against Earlham. That'll be at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And then we'll have that game for you not only here on Ultimate Sports Talk and YouTube, but also on WDTZ Radio. Franklin, they'll play them next Tuesday night here at home, and then on Friday night they will be at Hanover. And basically it's just going to be to round out the season for the Lions here this year as they lose it by the final score tonight of 67-64. We will talk with head coach Toby Kerrigan after this final timeout.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run. Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters. For a few years.
For that moment in time. Good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Lasts a lifetime.
Well, the Lions lose it here this evening, as we said, 67-64. For Mount St. Joseph, they were led in scoring by Jack Kolar tonight with 22 points. He was 6 of 11 from three-point range here this evening, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Jack had 6 rebounds in the ball game and 1 steal. 17 points tonight for Dane Gardner for the Lions. He was 7 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from three-point range, and he was 3 of 4 from the line. Dane had 4 assists, 3 rebounds in the ball game. Also scoring tonight for the Lions, 8 points for Alex Totten on 2 of 7 from three-point range and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. 5 points to Nate Kratzer, and then 3 points each to Evan Weehee, Josh Pate, Danny Austin, and Kelvin Turner. For Transylvania here tonight, they were led in scoring by Penn. He had 15 points in the ballgame on 7 of 12 from the field. 13 points going to Jalen Green on 6 of 15 from the field and 1 of 2 from three-point range. And 11 points going to Teague, most of them in the second half. He was 5 of 9 from the field. 9 points to Capps before he fouled out of the ball game. Napier had 8 points in the contest. Madsen 7, and then 2 points each to Smith before he had to leave the game with that sprained ankle, and Schroeder off the bench. Transylvania, 30 of 65 from the field for 46%. 4 of 12 from three-point range for 33% in the ball game, and they were 3 of 4 from the line for 75%. For Mount St. Joseph, they were 20 of 46 from the field for 43.5%, 11 of 31 from three-point range for 35.5%, and 13 of 17 from the line for 76.5% in the ballgame. Lions were out-rebounded in the contest, 33-32, and in turnovers they committed 20, which led to 18 points for Transylvania. Transylvania had 10 turnovers, which led to 12 points for the Lions here tonight. But when it was all said and done, it was a victory, 67-64 for Transylvania here tonight. We're going to take one more timeout before we get a chance, hopefully, to talk with head coach Toby Kerrigan. We're going to take one timeout and be back right after this.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And we are right back here at the Harrington Center, and alongside star of the game, Jack Kolar, is going to join us here tonight after the ball game. Jack, well, I know you'd rather be talking in a more happy note, but this one was a tough one.
Yes, it was. We had a lot of things that, we all know we can do better. Turnovers, offensive rebounds, it's one thing coach stresses. We stress it in practice, and, we had a lot of those today.
Yeah, 20 turnovers here tonight for us, and that led to 18 points for them. That has been the bugaboo for us all year long, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, and, we keep working at it, and we're going to keep getting better and practice it every day, make sure we fix it.
Jack, I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to ask you anyway. You kind of went out in the first half. It looked like you jammed your shoulder again. Is everything okay with that still?
Oh, of course, yeah. A little pain never hurt, right?
Yeah, pain's always good. No pain.
Yeah, exactly. No pain, no gain.
That's right. Going into the last 3 games now, Jack, virtually getting into the playoffs is kind of it's out the window. So what do you want to accomplish these last 3 games?
We got to come in, do what we need to do, and win each one. We have the capability, so.
Yeah, we've had the capabilities all year long.
Yeah, exactly.
In your mind, I've asked everybody this. I'm going to ask you too. What's the difference between playing at home here and on the road for this team?
I think a lot of it has to do with energy. I feel like when we're playing in our own gym, we bring our own energy, and on the road, guys are tired, they're sleeping on the bus, and we start slow.
Well, I can agree with that, yeah. But this was a totally different game in the first half, and then I said on the air, the second half almost looked eerily like what happened down at Transy to begin the game down there. A 15-0 spurt, they ran off right away, and then it was 17-2.
Yep. They came out, pressured us, and we had those little mistakes that we had been talking about, turnovers. I'm sure in those first few minutes we had a lot of turnovers, and that just led to scores. We weren't scoring, we weren't getting stops, and we dug ourselves into a hole.
They really ratcheted up the defense in the second half, didn't
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, good. Hey, tough game. We'll see you Saturday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jack Kolar, our guest here after the ball game. He had 22 points in this one, 6 of 11 from three-point range as he goes down to talk to his family. And now coming up to join us is head coach Toby Kerrigan for the Lions as they lose it here this evening by a final score of 67-64. Coach, take a deep breath and let's talk a little bit about this one. What did they do different at the beginning of the second half defensively? Just ratchet up, more intensity? What happened?
Yeah, just ball pressure. And we were, I think, 7 for 16 in the first half from 3. I'm sure he went in there and told him to take the 3 away. And we turned the ball over 20 times. You can't do that.
No.
Can't do that. Gave up 12 offensive rebounds. Now, credit to that, their ball pressure. They, when they got up 19 on us, they got after us. And we didn't do a great job of handling it. And when we did, we got some good looks. And so, credit to them.
You brought in Josh Patay, and I thought he did he's had a tough time coming back, getting playing time. But you let him play an awful lot in that second half, and I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job handling the ball. I told him just be a point guard and run the show, and made a couple nice drives, got fouled a couple times, and got an offensive rebound there late. It's tough not having a timeout at the end when you have to use all the timeouts on when you get down 20, and to try to stop their runs. And so they did a good job going zone press there at the end to take away what we were trying to do at the end. And
talk about Jack Kolar's play during the game.
Yeah, I don't even know what he was.
22 points, 6 of 11 from three-point range.
6 of 11, yep. He was making shots. That's what he's got to do for us, and he was getting himself open. Guys were doing a good job of getting it to him, and he made some clutch ones. That one to get it.
Yeah.
There at the end within one.
And Toby, Dane Gardner is just being totally consistent, it looks like to me, over the past few games.
Yeah, he's been good in there, and usually against bigger guys. He's usually the smaller guy.
Yep.
In the matchup. I thought he played through a lot of contact tonight. But that was pretty consistent both ways, I thought. they were letting it go both ways. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as it's both ways, and it was.
And it was. All right, Coach, tough loss here tonight, but the team valiantly came back in that second half. They really did, down by 19.
Yeah, can't just try not to put yourself there, right? Don't get down that much.
That's right.
And take care of the basketball, which we can fix that. So
yeah.
So that's a good thing.
All right, we'll see you Saturday.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Toby Kerrigan, our guest here after the ball game, as the Lions lose it here tonight by a final score of 67-64. That's going to do it for us here this evening. Our thanks to everybody for helping us out here tonight in this broadcast from Mount St. Joseph University. To President Dr. Williams, Athletic Director Melanie Wagner, Sports Information Director Blake Watson, to all of the people up here helping us bring you this broadcast on YouTube, to all of our sponsors, to our producer Greg Mitchell producing tonight's program, but our thanks most of all go out to you for listening here this evening. I'm Dave Mitchell, reminding you our next game will be coming up on Saturday. It's a men's and women's doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 12:30, and the men play at 3. The women lost tonight down in Transy, 84-33. Until next time, I'm Dave Mitchell. Have a good night, everybody.